And next thing you know, you see what happened. Boosie ended up not buying no jewelry. Nobody in that dice game bought no jewelry. Boosie instead led Duke the Jeweler to the pool table to shoot dice with the vultures and the people that was around that wanted to take his jewelry. For Lil Cam to get caught for what happened to Takeoff, man, R.I.P. Takeoff, man. R.I.P. to Duke the Jeweler, because these two people who was at a dice game and they never made it home to see their family. At the end of the day, the feds got a 99% conviction rate and they not gonna play no games with nobody, regardless of who they know. J. Prince Jr., it's a lot of stuff been covered up behind him, but we know that J. Prince Jr., they run Houston. But Boosie, he was out there visiting. Boosie was the main one who went in there and looked in the bags while Duke the Jeweler was leaving up out the house. Duke the Jeweler just was going to the car. The feds, they told it all. They said everything detail by detail. For Duke the Jeweler to go outside just to go to his car and end up something happening to him, y'all already know it was a setup, because why would they tell Duke the Jeweler to go to his car? Was he going to the car to get the rest of his money, or was he going to the car to put the money that he won from J. Prince Jr. and Boosie homies inside of the truck? This is a sad situation, man. They bogus how they did it, but the feds exposed everything. And by them even acting like they ain't had nothing to do with it, this goes to show exactly what really went down. Duke the Jeweler girlfriend, she gotta answer some questions, man, because everything that went down, it was recorded. Y'all can see Boosie, Duke the Jeweler on this side of the pool table.
Man.
That nigga gonna have $500,000. What you here for?
Next thing you know, you see Duke the Jeweler over there with J. Prince Jr., but the shooters is gone. Where did the shooters go? They weren't even shooting dice not one time. They ain't had no dice in their hand and they ain't even get on the dice table not one time. All they kept doing was tapping each other and they kept on whispering to each other. This is a sad situation, man. I would like to send my condolences out to Duke the Jeweler and his family. I would like to send my condolences out to Takeoff and everybody who cared about him. Let me know down in the comment section if y'all cared about Takeoff. Drop the RIP Takeoff down in the comment section. Everybody know for a fact what happened. It got covered up. Everything that happened with Takeoff, they ain't even go back to court. They never said nothing else about that case. In Duke the Jeweler case, they ain't say nothing to now. The feds, they doing what they gotta do. The feds ain't gonna come pick nobody up when it first happened. They gonna wait because it's too many things happening around J. Prince Jr. and Boosie. Now they said that Boosie, he set up Mo3. They said Boosie was the one that gave a little bit of the money to Yellow Beezy. Yellow Beezy put the money in his bank account. Then next thing you know, Yellow Beezy took all the money out, like about 40,000, and he gave it to the shooter that did that to Mo3, man. RIP Mo3. Drop the RIP Mo3s down in the comment section. At the end of the day, what goes around comes around. And I'm glad they got every last one of them. Everybody that played a role in this, man, they deserve to get what they get, because you should have never partake and played a part in what happened with Duke the Jeweler. And everybody thought that it was just gonna be overlooked and that just gonna be covered up. And everybody know for a fact how they get down. We know how Boosie them get down. But J. Prince Jr., he tried to keep it silent. He tried to keep it silent for a long time, and he ain't say nothing else about Duke the Jeweler until he went on that interview.
I know people were associating me with that Duke the Jeweler situation because I went to Lil Boosie pool party and he happened to be there and he happened to be standing on me. I mean, right next to me. The truth is, I never met him before. I had no idea who he is. I ain't even know he was a jeweler until after his passing. He got killed leaving because somebody tried to rob him. So, but this is a situation with a dude that I didn't even know. I ain't know his name. I had no knowledge of him. I ain't know he was from Chicago. I ain't know he was a jeweler until social media started trying to point a finger because he was standing next to me, and it's just unfortunate that something transpired after another dice game, but neither incidents had anything to do with a dice game.
Once he went on that interview, he said he didn't know Duke the Jeweler. He didn't even know that was Duke the Jeweler from Chicago that was standing next to him. It made a bad look and it put a bad taste in the Fed's mouth. The Fed said that they not gonna stop until they get every last person who was sitting up in that dice game, sitting there orchestrating everybody to be on point. So when Duke the Jeweler walk outside, they can do that to him. Man, RIP Duke the Jeweler. Hit the like button if you rocking with Duke the Jeweler. Hit the like button if you think that this was a setup. Everybody know exactly how Boosie get down. Boosie, he did what he did, but he should have never touched that jewelry. Duke the Jeweler had over $1 million in jewelry. Inside of Boosie master bedroom in the closet. Boosie was supposed to keep his whole bag and his whole collection safe. But instead, Boosie went in there and did what he did. Soon as Duke the Jeweler walked outside, Lil Cam and Boosie nephew was waiting outside. This coming straight from Atlanta. I want y'all to know, man, this is a sad situation. Let me know if y'all from Atlanta down in the comment section. Let me know if y'all from Tennessee, man. At the end of the day, they should have never got out like that, and they should have never did that to nobody from Chicago or from Atlanta at all. You see, Takeoff, he could have made it home if he would have never went to that dice game, man. He wasn't even shooting dice. Duke the Jeweler, if he would have just went out there to Houston and just instantly made his money and then left, went back to his hotel, he'll still be alive right now to this day. Duke the Jeweler girlfriend said she willing to tell everything, regardless of what go down. The footage that Duke the Jeweler girlfriend brought to the feds, it showed the hidden things that everybody didn't know that was going on, man. And everybody know for a fact how Boosie and them is. They tell people to cut their phones off after a certain time. At the end of the day, you can't have your phone recording nothing that Boosie and them got going on. You thought that Duke the Jeweler went out there by himself. He didn't. And the Fed said that Duke the Jeweler was with his girlfriend, the girl that had on the pink. And old girl that had on the pink, this is the same girl who was right there with him taking all his pictures, recording him the whole time. She was in the dice game. It was plenty of females up in there. But for them to sit there and still try to do this to Duke the Jeweler and then try to pay her $5,000 to keep her mouth closed, and y'all just did this to her boyfriend? Like, it's a sad situation, man, and I want y'all to know it's always justice for Duke the Jeweler, Takeoff, and Mo3. At the end of the day, these three people who got left behind messing with Boosie and Jay Prince. Like, at the end of the day, man, I want y'all to know all questions need to get heard. So comment below and let me know how you feel about it, because for Boosie to go and hurry up and run through that hallway and run in that room and hide Duke the Jeweler jewelry bag, it goes to show what was really going on. A lot of people thought that something happened to Boosie the way he was running through that hallway. His homie kept asking, like, what happened, what happened? He said, man, hey, I'm finna go in this room right quick, man. Everything all good, but whole time Duke the Jeweler was getting robbed outside. Boosie slipped up. He slipped up bad, man. And at the end of the day, he shouldn't have never put himself in this situation. Hit the like button if you're a fan of Duke the Jeweler.